And Ten Hag kept doing that a few weeks ago, where he kept changing the back players, changing the midfield, and all of a sudden you've got a completely different system, a completely different set of players on the pitch at the end of the game, and you can never get stability or consistency. I think there's just an element of what Tim's just said, just leave the players on. They actually weren't playing that bad in the first half. Obviously they were undermined by the set pieces in terms of the corners, but the football generally wasn't that bad. Then you allow 2 mistakes that were made after half-time within the first 10 minutes to undermine you, and then basically you make changes and all of a sudden everything falls to pieces, and it looked really scruffy. Really scruffy. They looked a mess at the...
Since taking the reins at Manchester United, Ruben Amorim's tactical decisions have sparked heated debates. However, one of the most scathing criticisms has come from former United captain Gary Neville, who labelled Amorim's approach as crazy following a series of underwhelming performances. Speaking on his podcast, Neville dissected the Portuguese coach's strategies, highlighting concerns over inconsistent formations and player roles. "It feels like Amorim is overthinking every match," Neville said. "Manchester United is a club where simplicity and execution often work best. Instead, we're seeing complex setups that don't suit the players or the Premier League." Neville pointed to Manchester United's recent struggles against mid-table teams as evidence of Amorim's tactical overreach. Despite possessing a squad brimming with talent, including Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, and Matthijs de Ligt, the Red Devils have struggled to find consistency. One of Neville's main criticisms was Amorim's decision to experiment with an unconventional 3-4-3 system in high-pressure matches. The approach, which emphasizes aggressive wing play and high defensive lines, has left United vulnerable to counterattacks. "He's exposing the backline unnecessarily," Neville argued. "Premier League teams are too smart for this, they'll exploit those gaps every time." Neville also hinted at potential unrest within the squad, as players reportedly struggle to adapt to Amorim's methods. "When you have players like Rashford and Fernandes visibly frustrated on the pitch, it's clear something isn't working," Neville added. Despite the criticism, Neville stopped short of calling for Amorim's dismissal. Instead, he urged the coach to simplify his tactics and focus on United's strengths. "There's no doubt Amorim is a brilliant mind," Neville concluded. "But brilliance without practicality doesn't win titles in England. He needs to find balance, and fast." As Manchester United fans continue to debate Amorim's suitability for the job, one thing is clear: the pressure is mounting. Will the Portuguese tactician adapt, or will his bold approach lead to further scrutiny?